ग्लोबल वुमेन पावर का आइडिया ये रहा हमेशा से कि हाउ वुमेन कैन कम टुगेदर एंड वी कैन पुट आवर पावर टुगेदर. So I will tell you a very funny incident which recently happened. Is that me and Nancy works with me. She got her leg fixed after 1 hour surgery. I broke my arm. And both of us, we were invited to meet Consulate General of India. And we went when we went there, and then they called us. Is Nancy there? And Nancy and Alka, and both of us.
I'm doing
Global,
this
she's,
just after surgery.
and I'm just going behind her with broken arm. So we were laughing like, look at the global women power we have. So, but in any case, this event I didn't want to postpone, in spite of my injury and whatever. But in this also, we all women put our actions together. At 1 o'clock, I called Poonam. He said, Poonam, can you come over because to cover the event? And she said, oh, I haven't taken shower. I said, okay, you can take shower, no problem. Come on over. And then Shivi, can you print the what is that called? Banner for us. She said it's too little a time. I said, but you can do it. So, and then I like it, because we are the people. Women are different than men. Look at my husband. You have to tell him one thing at a time. If you tell him 2, 3, 4 things, he says no. I said, are you a computer? If you get too many commands, you cannot execute. Even for small things, now he's calling me. What do I do now? What do I do now? But we just figure it out. And I always like this part of us. And many times people ask me, we just started this organization 2015. And so there were so many questions. Is it being feminist? I said no. And is it against men? No. Is it like you were tortured and now you are standing on your own feet? No. It is the network, which we build with each other without expectation, and always saying, okay, we can do something about it, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
So that's how it took its shape. Because if somebody is looking for home, call this person, that person. Do you know somebody? So then we all call each other, and then after 1 hour or 2 hours, there is an opening. So gradually, this way, we grew. We made a network of many other women, those who all stand by each other. So another brief story which I will tell, because we are immigrants here, and when you come to this country, everything seems new. You try to figure out, you have your own identity in your country. You are so and so, and you are in different prestigious positions, but when you come here, you start from the very beginning. So when I came here, I met a woman, her name was Emily. And once she asked me, she said, why did you come? What were you doing in your country? So I thought, I got a 17-room house in my country. I had peons. I had so many things, and then she started looking at me. She said, are you lying? Why are you here? I said, I never thought, why am I here? Because we just come here and to explore this new country. But I realized I am in this country because this country gives more credentials to my efforts. And this country is really democratic, where we do feel equal amongst ourselves also. I'm not saying equal to men, amongst ourselves also. On the back, Diane Shaw is sitting. She just got elected as AC Transit Director. Fahira Khan is with us, and she sincerely fought her elections. And then, when we talk to each other, we all talk one-to-one. People, those who are from India and all, they can understand that when people move to positions of power, they do not talk to other people at the equal level, isn't it? I can text to Lily May and ask her, are you coming? And then she can reply back to me, I will try to make it. So I love this equality, and I'm not saying gender equality, equality in human being, all around. That's why I'm in this country and I love it. The amount of progress I could make, the amount of difference I could create by being in this country, in my own country it was hard. Though I was born there, I had more rights and things like that. So that's how Global Women Power came in existence. And gradually many other women, they also joined. And our main focus remained on finding, solid grounds for them. Solid grounds means not like fight with your husband, or you are strong, you can do this and that. Just get more skills in your hand so that your focus should change in your self growth, not in your focus is what the other person are thinking about you. I myself have seen in my journey that my focus also changed quite a bit on various other things in my life rather than on myself. Am I saying it right?
Mm-hmm.
Your focus becomes your mother-in-law who is fighting with you. You always keep thinking about her. So inherently we all love challenges, but then if we make that challenge as our skill, that we are trying to learn it, it's beautiful. The other day one woman walked in, she's 57 years old, and she never typed on the computer. And when I taught her how to type, she was just crying. She said, it's so simple, but I never typed. And after typing, she's trying to get a job in BART where she can pull out the ticket and give it to people. She wants to change her job. So, but now her focus has changed towards typing because it is a struggle. Her fingers go here and there. So that challenge is better than any other challenge. So skills enhancement had been the goal of my own life. And I enhanced my skills. I do so many businesses. People say, how can you do it? You can learn and you can do it. There are always steps to learning. Nancy is with me, and then I just brought her. I said, work with me. Oh, I cannot do this. I said, there are steps to doing things. Learn one step at a time. And you'll be able to do it. So I have seen it reflecting in so many women that they could do it gradually. So over a period of time, I say, I could help about 700 women to do this, to do that. At present also, we are helping about 200 women. Now the scope has changed. Recently, there is a lot of noise about gender inequality in Bay Area. I didn't know that. But then I came in focus. Some newspaper people started contacting me, what do you do? And I found out that this gender inequality is more in workplace than at any other place. And so this was a new area which opened up for me. So I met this Visa vice president. She's a woman. She returned back to job as a mom, as a woman. Mother is returning back to work. And she was telling me that how hard it was to get back to work. And so we are working with her so that we can do a program called Moms Returning to Work. And then there's another director in Cisco. She also is mom returning back to work. So those are few of the projects which we are just trying to work on now, so that we find out where there are blanks and we can fill in. Do you think it's a good idea?
Yes.
Because there are so many other things and sob stories, about everybody has, but then our whole idea is to just talk about, oh, I did it, I made it, I can do it, and be an inspiration for others. So amongst us today, there are many women. It's hard to pick one woman and say that, oh, she did extraordinary, because every woman does extraordinarily, isn't it?
Yes.
Get up in the morning, get ready, take care of husband, kids, your office job, come back. 5 days they work in the office and 2 days they work at home. They work 7 days. But even then, in spite of that, there are few amongst us, those who did even much more than their 5 days of work. And I made one slogan, I said, 5 days your jack is in the box and 2 days it is in and out.
That's a good one.
That's how life goes. But in spite of those 7 days tight schedule, few people again made more mark, which we couldn't think of, or I will say, which we did not dare to do. That is the only difference, daring to do and not daring to do. So today we will meet with them, listen to them, how did they do it briefly, And so that's where I just invite Manju Sharma,
Manju Mishra, you are right.
Manju Mishra, and she is a very, very bold partner with me, and then she will carry on from here onwards.
On behalf of Global Women Power, I welcome all the beautiful, wonderful, strong and capable women here. Clap to all of us. And we know how amazing we are, don't we? Yeah. So we know that we are living in a powerful time. We all have some kind of talent. I dare to say we have some kind of superpower in us. So we all have some kind of talent, but we need to identify. Until we identify, we can't do anything about it. So we need to identify, enhance it in order to be able to help other women around us and around the world. Which we have done. Some of us we have done, like I know Alka, she has made a picture which is called Burqa Boxers. And this movie is about girls from red light area in Calcutta who have been picked up and they have become boxer and they have played city, state, national. So they have changed their lives. So in celebration of International Women's Day, we should shine a light on our superpowers and other superpowers around us so that we can make them identify their talents and do something for themselves, for their family, and for everyone around them, and for their society, for their country. So, in this effort, what we can do, the most important thing, and which is very small, we can empower women, ensuring that girls are able to go to school. And to go to school, they need very little. That is just $25–30 every month, which we can contribute anywhere with any organization we see they are helping girls for education. We can identify, we can pick our institutions. You don't have to come to us, you don't have to go to somebody else, but whoever you want to support, or you can just go in some societies and pick up 5–10 girls and start contributing for their education. Once they are strong, they are educated, they will be future leaders, they will be future strong women, and they will make a change. So that is the main objective for us today, celebrating Women's Day. International Women's Day means we are not just celebrating, meeting, chatting and going away. We are taking an oath, we are committing to ourselves that we should identify our area and we should help some women, some girls to make a change in their life and to help them to take good decisions for their life. So for this, I thank Alka, who has started this Global Women Power, and she has given a platform to everyone to come forward and help others, help themselves and make a change. So today's program is very simple. We don't have any structure, but as Alka says, we will be just knowing our guests which we have here, and we will have some kind of quiz where we can see, oh, do we really know something about women or women efforts which have been done, or we are doing something. Then we will meet everyone, greet and meet and have a tea. Then Poonam will have interview with our guest of honors. They can tell about themselves, what they have done, what they are doing, what is their plan for future. And then Alka says we have some plan for dance. She will provide us music and dancing floor, and we can have some fun and just say bye to everyone. That is our flow today. So today, I would like to invite Miss Alka Raghuram first, who is a filmmaker and multidisciplinary artist. Alka has been the recipient of several international awards for documentary films and short films. So I will turn mic over to Alka. Please welcome Alka Raghuram.
Thank you, Manju and Alka. My name every time I say Alka, I just feel it's just I laugh because I feel like I'm saying my own name, which is true. So thank you everybody, and thank you for inviting me. As Manju said, I'm a filmmaker, I'm an artist, and I paint, I've made several short films that are fiction, I've made experimental films, I collaborate with other artists, dancers, sculptors, I've made Burqa Boxers, that's the longest, that's a feature-length documentary about Muslim women boxers in Calcutta in India. And for me, I tell stories, and in order to understand, make sense of the world, whenever you're telling a story, you're trying to step out of your comfort zone and trying to understand another person's life, and then finding something that resonates with you in order to be able to tell their story. And when you offer that story to others, you're again connecting with others, bringing something of the world to them, and making sure that their world is open. So in all this, you're trying to connect with one set of people and another set of people, and being one with the world and paying attention to the world. For me, for Burqa Boxers, I find I went there not knowing anything, and then I made relationships with women, trying to figure out what their story is. I spent about 4 years following them to be able to tell their story. They were young girls, very little, 12, 13-year-olds when I started. And some of them, their interaction with me affected them, validated them into pursuing boxing. But I think the most important thing for me was that they were able to, what inspired me about them was they grew up in very, very, very poor and traditional families. And they were willing to take a risk by learning something that was so out of their radar. And so it was not that, they were super athletes. But the fact that they were willing to take a risk was so inspiring. And how taking a risk shapes us and prepares us for life more than any kind of achievement, the ability to take risk, which we are taught never to do. I think that became the story of Burqa Boxers, that there are these girls, they come from very traditional families, and they want to step out of their traditional bounds and take a risk to see just explore another way of being. I think that, to me, was inspiring. This is what the story gave me, and this is what, every time I screen it, I want to share with the world, and especially with women. But I think it's universal for men and women to take risks, just that women are taught never to do that. So I hope whenever we get the Wi-Fi access, I'd love to share the trailer with you. The film is an hour and a half long, but I hope one day we have a screening and all of you come and
Sure.
Yes, we
enjoy
will.
Is there a link of your movie?
Not the entire film. I'm trying to get online distribution for it right now, but there's a link of the trailer, which I have as well, which we can look at later. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Alka. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now I would like to call Shilpa Rivera on the stage, a multi-talented actor, singer, and great community supporter. She has been awarded International Women Recognition Award 2018 and 50 Most Influential Indian Women worldwide.
And then you can pass it around.
Please join me in welcoming Shilpa Rivera. Finally, we have been talking for a long.
I know. Thank you so much.
Yes, my
मुझे पता ही नहीं था कि मैं इतनी जल्दी यहाँ पे आ जाऊँगी स्टेज पे. So thank you so much Alka ji for inviting me. I really appreciate. I know आपने last year भी मुझे invite किया था, but I was sick, so I couldn't attend. So I was not prepared for this speech at all, but I say since last 2-3 years, my life has been turned around, and I think that's because I'm being who I am. मैं कोई दिखावा नहीं करती, मैंने अपने आप को एक्सेप्ट किया है कि शिल्पा कौन है. शिल्पा ने अमेरिकन से शादी करी थी, अब वो डिवोर्स्ड है, पर शिल्पा इज स्टिल इंडियन, यू नो, बाय हार्ट. और सो शिल्पा इज द बेस्ट कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ ईस्ट एंड वेस्ट बोथ. और यू नो जब भी मैं जब शादीशुदा थी, माय एक्स हस्बैंड केप्ट ऑन टेलिंग मी, शिपू आई एम नॉट गुड फॉर यू, आई एम नॉट गुड फॉर यू. अब मुझे पता चला व्हाई ही वाज सेइंग दैट, क्योंकि आफ्टर माय डिवोर्स आई हैव ब्लॉसम्ड लाइक एनीथिंग. और मेरी जर्नी स्टार्ट हुई जब मेरा 18 साल का बेटा, उसने डिसाइड किया कि भाई यहाँ पे अमेरिकन जो कल्चर है उसके हिसाब से कि आई वांट टू मूव ऑन माय ओन. आई वांट टू English only? Okay. So my son said I want to live on my own, my 18-year-old, right? So I said okay, you know, I wanted him to be a man finally. So the day he left, I felt very rejected. But that's what our Indian parents' life is, right? Our kids, we put all our energy into raising our kids, and we spend all our time, life, in taking care of our kids. Once they are gone, it's like empty, right? Our life is completely empty. It's big void, and we don't know. Hi, Lakshmi ji, how are you?
I gotta give you a hug before we go.
Sure. Absolutely. Same here. Good to see you too.
Hello everybody, I know Shilpa.
For a long time. I know. She's a sweetheart, and she wears beautiful saris. Yeah, and she has a great teacup set, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so my son moved out, my younger one, right? And I'm like, oh my God, now what will I do? And I'm in America, I'm all by myself, all I have is my kids. My older son, he lives in San Jose. My younger one was living with me, and he moved out, and I felt so rejected. But then I was like, I didn't know what to do. But anyway, I have been going to Krishna temple for many years, and I go there and sing. You know, I chant in front of Krishna. That's what my life is. And I had gotten offer to sing, like record album vagera, but I refused. And so anyway, this particular day, it was raining really hard. It was cold. So I decided, pata nahi mujhe kya ho gaya. So I decided to sing a song, Megha Chhaaye Aadhi Raat, Pairana Ban Gayi Nindiya. I sang that song and I posted it on Facebook. And of course, that song, mera jo expression tha, it was very sad because my son had just moved out. And I wound up getting so many great feedbacks for so many people all over India and here. And they're like, oh, Shilpa ji, can you sing that song, you know. Then the second song I sang was Tum Jo Mil Gaya. And that song got shared like all over, probably 800-900 times, India and all over worldwide. And after that, I think my amazing journey started. I got contacted by a UN member, and they asked me like if I can go and help them in East Coast for their project, because they know that I really care about people and I'm always singing for cause and all. And I responded like at that time no, because you know my home is here, my kids are here. Anyway, so after that there's some reality show started, 3i. They were in the beginning of the show, and they asked me if I can be their PR manager. I never had any experience being a PR manager, so I became PR manager. And you know, I wound up getting a lot of Bollywood celebrities to join their show, support their show without charging a single penny, because they all knew me through Facebook. They got to know me that I'm a devout Krishna lover, and they realized that who I am. So that show took off, you know, and then I worked with Babbi Lahiri on personal level. He also knew my love for Lord Krishna. So when he came here for some kind of fundraiser, he summoned me on the stage. He said, Shilpa, come on. मुझे पता नहीं था why did he invited me on the stage and he gave me microphone while he was singing Krishna song. Come on, start singing, you know. We started singing, which was great.
That's good.
Yeah, thank you. And I mean, so many amazing things have been happening in my life. I got called to see A.R. Rahman when I was in Mumbai because my name got selected amongst a book titled 50 Most Influential Indian Women Worldwide. And in that book, there's Maneka Gandhi, Hema Malini, Jaya Prada, Mary Kom. So all these women who are celebrities, they have used their fame not just for themselves, but they have used their fame to bring some kind of positive difference in the community, in the society. And I'm not saying like you know, there are a lot of feminists around and men are wrong. No, I'm not saying God made us for a reason, men and women. But so in our case, because of our culture, we never had chance to blossom. So anyway, so what I believe in is that once I started to get recognized, you know, by Bappi Lahiri, he said I'm his personal manager. If anybody wants to do any show or whatever, contact Shilpa. I acted in a movie. I got invited to act in a movie, Dr. by Heart by Ranu Sinha. And then I also introduced her to a lot of celebrities and helped her show as a PR manager, indirectly, informally. So I can go on and on and on. Only thing I would say, stay positive no matter what. And don't worry about what the society will say. We are always saying what the people will think because the way we grew up. Don't even think like that. As long as you're not doing something immoral, wrong, and if you're just being yourself and there's nothing wrong in it, I would say to all the moms who spend all their lives taking care of the children, they're gone now, start like developing some kind of hobby. It doesn't matter, photography, cooking, painting, try different things, not just one thing. And in that process, you will realize what you love. And once you'll find that okay, wow, this is my passion. I can sing for hours and hours. I don't need anybody's company and I'm completely happy. So first of all, you have to learn to love your own company. You have to fall in love with yourself. And when you go out, you know, you are with people, that's more love, right? And that's why you'll be more happy, you'll be able to give out more positivity in the society. So anyway, I wasn't sure if I was going to say here, talk here. But thank you, Alka ji. There are a lot of great things and just stay positive. And when you stay positive, when you send out positive messages in the universe, all of it is going to come back. And anyway, so in 2 years, whatever's, achievement that I never hoped for, never wanted, it just came to me, are all there. And my book is passing around. If you have any question, feel free to contact me. And I'm on Facebook under Shilpa Rivera. So
Yeah.
thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can go on and on, but I must stop. Thank you.
We'll have a solo show for you.
Okay, awesome. Sounds great.
हाय शिल्पा ये गाना तो हो रहा है आपका
देखेंगे ना अभी.
अभी
Thank you very much, Shilpa.
Oh, you're welcome. कैसा हो?
Okay. So now I would like to call upon Ms. Richa Awasthi, dynamic young lady who has recently joined Office of Foster City as council member. And I have known Richa since she was a small kid from school. So seeing her as a council member here, it gives me immense pleasure and I'm so proud of you, Richa. Please come here and tell about you and your journey. Thank you. You can.
Thank you so much, Manju Didi. This is so special for me. Like Manju Didi said, she has seen me as a little girl in India. She's my Masi's best friend, and it's so special to be here today. So I came to the U.S. about 20 years ago, so almost two decades, and very young, kind of started all over again. So worked my way up through entry-level positions and working in various companies. So I worked for Charles Schwab, Franklin Templeton, Visa, and now I'm working for Wells Fargo Bank as Vice President of Digital Platforms. So I'm sure all of you have experienced some flavor of online banking. So I work to shape the customer experience and make it better, the experience better for the customer in light of all the competitions that we are getting from the fintech world. I have 2 kids, twins. They are now 12-year-olds. So I went through the same thing when they were young that so many moms go through of deciding whether it's a good idea to continue working or stay at home for a few years to take care of the kids. And it was a struggle. It wasn't easy. I never took a break from my career. I felt very passionate about what I was doing. So, and I had the support of my husband, it was amazing. And so kind of like, several of us do double duty, work at home, work in the corporate world. It's not easy, the financial services world, it's competitive, cutthroat, so you deal with everything. It helps you grow. So I always followed my passion. And then as several moms, I started volunteering in my kids' school. So I chaired several committees. I raised my hand when I saw, especially in public schools, there wasn't much help. So I chaired the yearbook committee to help the school raise some funds. I chaired site council at one of the elementary schools my kids went to shape the educational program to benefit all the kids. And when they were in middle school, I decided to chair a committee with the city of Foster City. So it was Innovation Technology Advisory Committee. The commitment was like once a month, and I was like, this is a nice way to give back to the city that I've lived for 18 years. And I joined that, and my work was really liked by several leaders. And when it came time for the council elections, it was sort of an organic and natural move to consider running and taking my contributions to the next level. So I ran the elections and won, and thank you.
That's awesome.
So it's been close to 3 months as a councilwoman. There's a lot of learning, a lot of exposure. So as Alkaji said, you should always allow yourself to learn different things, and your focus changes. And that resonated very well with me, because now my focus is, and then you sort of manage your time and your day to, if you're passionate about something, learning about something, to be able to be successful. So yeah, now I have this restlessness to get up to speed on local governance as fast as I can, so I can really make a meaningful impact. So overall, Bay Area is a great place to live, but even though I live in Foster City, I've lived there for several years, it's a small city, but we do face some of the regional challenges, some of which you kind of talked about, Alkaji. We are faced with housing problems, the affordable housing problem, the traffic issues, which are very regional, so not one city can solve for those. And those do impact the quality of life that we live in. If we build more housing, then what is the impact on the infrastructure? We take for granted so many things in the cities that we live in. The basic amenities like police, fire, water, electricity, we take for granted. But it is all the result of careful planning, thinking ahead, thinking in the future. So I look forward to working with several cities in the Bay Area to figure out. It won't be easy to find those solutions. So that's my focus now, one of the focus areas. And obviously as a woman, you always have this struggle of what is supposed to be your conventional and traditional role as a woman, as taking care of the family, raising the kids, and all of us feel passionate about one thing or the other, and we run into this dilemma of whether you're doing the right thing by devoting your time in the area that you feel passionate about. Because there are only 24 hours in a day. You have to make trade-offs. You have to decide what's best for you. I mean, the way I handle it is I always try to chase my passion, because that propels me, and that makes me that superwoman. So I'm able to try try to do both. It's not easy, but I think that's the advice at this stage of my life I can give, that always follow your passion, and then you are somehow able to figure it out and fit everything in the schedule. Like some days are good and some days aren't, but don't allow yourself to get discouraged because of that, and believe in yourself. So when I ran the election, I also experienced several things which I never thought I would, like in terms of questions like, so you work full-time, you want to continue to work full-time, and you have 2 kids. How are you gonna be able to manage this, that, and being a councilwoman? And so those are not the questions, I mean, we can't change the world, but those are not the questions to ask a woman, right? You should ask, what are your thoughts about the budget of Foster City, for example? Some of
You are real superwoman.
So, and we hear that, like some of the leaders who are now considering running for the presidency in 2020, I've seen videos where they get asked the same type of questions. So, you know, what do you think about the women issues? Talk about budget, talk about economics, talk about economic development. So, yeah, it's a long journey getting started, and I hope to continue to grow. And thank you again for listening, and thanks for inviting me here.
Thank you. So lots of talk, lots of passion, following, focus, everything. Now I would like to call a very senior community supporter and into politics, Teresa Cox. I have been knowing her for years. She is a great friend. Teresa, where are you? I don't see you. Please welcome Teresa. She has been supporting community for many years. Since I am here, wherever I go, I just see Teresa is doing something. Teresa is all around. It's good to see you, Teresa. Thank you so much.
Happy International Women's Day! Let's give it up!
That's the energy.
Every day should be a Women's Day. Don't you agree? I say every day when we wake up, it is a Women's Day. We don't need a special day, but we need to recognize that we still have causes that still need to be moved forward. It's a day that we have to recommit ourselves to the ideals of how to uplift women in all communities, because women, no matter what skin color, you're still going to be asked as our newly elected councilwoman, oh, you got 2 kids, how are you going to manage that? We stick to the job, bring them back to the job. I'm here because you won, you were the best candidate, best qualified woman candidate. But I also have one that's Diane Shaw, who is just getting her feet wet in the last couple of months, and she won in a male-dominated area where it's transportation is all men. And I got to give my hat off for Diane because she's going to help keep it straight. Am I right, Diane? Okay. But also, you know, the dear friend Farah Khan, she has been working tirelessly in the education field, and I've seen her because I just said, oh, I forgot, what ages are your kids and where they are in school, and I have 2, and she said, I got Stan corrected. I said, oh, where are your 4 kids now? No, I got 5. And so I'm more hats to you because you're at so many different places, holding the fort, driving the education at the Alameda County level, the local level, because I see her when we're going in and out from Irvington High School to Horner and going between all the different meetings, and very active. So I want to give accolades to her. And you know, Elka, I've known you for so long, and your whole entire committee has been committed to helping in the global women empowerment, to help educate, to help inspire. And I want to give accolades to all the ladies. So give it up for all you. I'm Teresa Cox. I have been on the Ohlone College Board for almost 12 years, and currently vice chair. And I really want to thank the community for all of their support for Ohlone College, because now we have risen from being off the charts to now we're ranked number 5 in the entire state of California as the 5th best community college. So when you come to Ohlone College, it's part of us having the highest transfer rate of almost 80%. Every student that goes through Ohlone College is getting a great value education. And bear with us the next couple of months. I know it's been a long journey since 2010 when we led the passage and all of you helped to pass the $349 million bond measure. Well, guess what? We now are going to have 3 academic buildings, almost 1 million square feet, for our students and our community and for the community to take classes at Ohlone College. So give it up. And I also see in the front row Nalu Gupta, who's one of our professors, and she's been with me from day one. Dear friend of the family. My kids and her grandkids went to the same school at some point. So we've known each other for so many years, and her beloved husband, PC. But I just wanted to give you a special shout out because she's part of my other extended family here today. And there's a lot of you here in the audience that I give all my greetings and my love to because you guys are all phenomenal women. And so, you know, when women succeed, so do our communities. Because we're building strong women, strong communities. Isn't that right? Yes. Now, I just got to ask a question. I know you guys all know the answer. How many phenomenal women do we have in the room here? Do we have a phenomenal woman? Raise your hand. Yeah. Now, wait a minute. I gotta talk to some of you. Some of your hands didn't go up. I didn't see 100%. Aren't you all phenomenal women? Yes. Because otherwise, I'm going to need to take you on the side and we're going to have to pump you up on something, talk to you about something here. Because, you know, we're going to have prayer. We're going to have a lot of strong talk. So, but I want to make sure that everybody's hand, phenomenal women, who are you? Yes. Well, you know, there is a phenomenal woman poem that I want to give a special shout out to all of you and dedicate to you. This poem is by Maya Angelou. And Maya was known as a presidential poet with President Obama, but also I gotta claim it as she is my sorority sister that I've known for a number of years. Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, the oldest Afro-American sorority in the United States. And my mother was a member, and I had no choice but to follow in the footsteps. But we have a lot of accomplished women, and so one of them is Maya Angelou. And I wanted to dedicate this poem called Phenomenal Woman to all of you.
Thank you.
Pretty women, wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute. Oh, wait a minute, I'm reading out of order here. Oh, no, I am. Okay, pretty women, wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenally phenomenal woman. That's me, and that's you. I walk into the room just as cool as you can be. And to a man, the fellows stand or fall down on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, it's the fire in my eyes and the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist, and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenally phenomenal woman. That's me. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say that they can't see. I say, it's the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breast, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenally phenomenal woman. That's me. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk very loud. When you see me passing, I ought to make you proud. I say it's the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need for my care, 'cause I am phenomenally phenomenal woman. That's me. I just wanted to add that I have my son because I'm building a young man that is sensitive to women's issues, and I bring him along, as you have seen some of them at some of the events. And also, I got a shout out for my daughter. She just won the Northern California Championship for basketball. The Adidas Girls Basketball. So I'm also, this is actually an extra special International Women's Day, and it's certainly a pleasure to be with all of you because you are all phenomenally phenomenal women, and that's you.